What's happening, family? It's Top Shelf Cole, and I hope everybody out there is feeling blessed, feeling energized today. Look, today I want to talk with you all a little bit about my transition from an athlete into the professional realm, the corporate world, or just the workforce in general. I know everybody's journey is going to look a little bit different. So y'all make sure to hit that subscribe button. Here at the Top Shelf, we are empowering hustling professionals with wealth building strategies, tips and tools for personal growth and development, as well as AI efficiency. So y'all make sure to subscribe here at the Top Shelf. So look, when it comes to transitioning from an athlete into a working professional, there's some challenges that we're all gonna face. The first challenge that I know I faced was purpose. Man, growing up, man, I was a baller. I just played ball, I just got buckets. You know what I mean? And that's where I got my purpose from. A lot of my identity was around playing ball, getting buckets, just being an athlete and all the things that come with that. And so when it was time, senior year for me, senior year, my season ended. When it was time to think about, right, what's my career path gonna be? Oh man, I didn't even want to think about it. It was such a daunting thought because I kind of suppressed it for a while. Many of us, right, we don't have a long work history. We don't have a lot of work experience because we playing ball. We're working on our craft. And so we're not working those summer jobs. We're not thinking about taking those internships, even joining those fraternities and things where it gives us that exposure to different career paths. So not only do we not have the exposure to different career paths, but our purpose is aligned with our sport. And so a big hurdle that we have to overcome as athletes making that transition is finding our purpose. What's my purpose now, right? What am I meant to do? And one way that I was able to find that purpose was going for something, right? So my first tip would be to get a job, because by getting a job, you're gonna realize, okay, this is what it feels like to make this money. This is what it feels like to get a check bi-weekly. This is what it feels like to report to a manager. This is what it feels like to learn a new skill. This is what it feels like to work, right? And have discipline in this working realm. You start to pick up on certain things. You start to understand corporate hierarchy. You start to understand reporting to management. And when you just dive in, when you just get a job, you start to also realize what it is you like and what it is you don't like. What is you're good at? What is you need work on? And so that's my first piece of advice. Get a job. I don't care if it doesn't align with your entire purpose, or if it's not, something you see yourself doing long term. Get a job. That will help you start to filter all those things I just mentioned. And so that's what I did. I got a job at Enterprise Rent-A-Car in the management trainee program, and it was the best thing that happened for me. I was working about 50 hours a week, so I was putting in OT for show, and I was learning management. I was learning people management. Of course, I had to manage a fleet of cars, learning customer service, interactions, and I was able to build my confidence. I was able to build my communication skills as well as my workplace discipline. A lot of people show up late to work. This is a big one. My next piece of advice is don't show up late to work, right? Be on time, be early. And then you start to realize, after you start working, you realize, man, I can see a lot of similarities to playing ball. You see a lot of similarities. For me, when I was playing ball, man, we had 6 a.m.s. So we pop up in the morning, about 5:30, get to the gym about 5:45, warm up, and then we start practice about 6 o'clock. And so in the workforce, man, you got to get up. You got to get up and you got to get up and get on that grind. And so that was something that was not, unfamiliar to me. I've been on the grind. I realized, man, I got an edge that a lot of these people just don't have. Same thing with the coach. I had to find my position. The coach put me in position. He said, you're going to be a shooting guard. Or, Cole, we want you to play the one, right? Cole, we want you to shoot the corner three. Or, Cole, we want you to be a playmaker. So I had to find my role in the team. It's the same thing on the job, right? You got to find your role. Where are you bringing the most value to? And that's where that's where your athletic experience can give you the edge, is that you know how to play on a team. You understand how to communicate, right? And these things you can use for your advantage when it comes to joining the workforce, being a part of a team, a corporate hierarchy. And most people just don't have that experience, that understanding to be able to just be able to fit in a role and excel at that role in order to work their way up. So one experience that I'm sure we've all had is trying to get in that starting lineup, right? You don't just show up on a team typically, unless you really him. You don't really typically show up on a team and you're just the star player. Typically that respect is earned, not given. So it's the same thing in the workforce. We all want to just jump out and make $1 million. That's just not how it works. You got to prove your value. And so that's what I want to encourage us all to do, is not to sulk in our misery that we're no longer the star player, but reprove our value. We got to have a renewed hunger. That same hunger you had to get in that starting lineup and to be the guy that they look to swing the ball at the end of the game and the tough shot. We got to renew that hunger. So that's my word for you all today. I'm gonna pause my story right there. But again, man, it's Top Shelf Cole. If y'all have any questions, if you guys need any consultations, y'all make sure to hit the link in the description, and jump over to the Top Shelf website so we can have that call. Also, make sure to subscribe to the newsletter where I'm giving you tips on AI efficiency, career opportunities, and things of that nature. So y'all stay tapped in. Top Shelf Cole. Peace.